I'm going to teach you how to build your first app in Lovable from start to finish in just 10 minutes. This is going to be a beginner tutorial for people who are not familiar with Lovable. And by the end of the video, you are going to know exactly how to build a full app. I'm going to prompt Lovable with one sentence. What it generated might surprise you, and I'm going to explain why it made the choices it did. Most people open Lovable, enter a vague prompt, and are disappointed by the results they get. The difference between that and what we're going to do comes down to 3 decisions, and I'm going to show you all 3. So the first thing is going through the prompt builder, basically the plan builder that Lovable generates when you enter in a prompt. So we start with this vague prompt, but you want to make sure that you're very careful about answering these questions that Lovable gives us. So it's asking us, how do we want to log meals, text, photo, or both text and photo? I'm going to say both text and photo. Should meals be saved per user with login or kept locally for one person? I want to say with login. And this is really important. This is going to give our app the ability for users to log in and save all of their own information. And then we're going to say with macros as well, submit. So what Lovable is doing is now reading our answers, and it is going to use that to generate the first version of the app. All right, we have our first version created. It came up with a logo and a name, which I think is kind of a cool thing that Lovable does. And it created this landing page as well. And that's something that a lot of people miss or forget about when creating an app, is that it's not just about the app. We also want to have the marketing landing page so that people who land on the website actually know what it is, and it's kind of selling them on creating an account and trying it out. So we can go ahead and click start tracking for free and test this out. Something else I want to point out about Lovable is they automatically add user authentication with either email or Google. Some platforms will just offer Google, some will just offer email. Something that is kind of cool about how this is all working behind the scenes, it's all connected to Supabase. And I want to thank Supabase for sponsoring this video. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how it all works behind the scenes, which I think is really important, especially if you're a beginner. And then we're going to get back into the building of this app. So Supabase is a platform that allows you to add a database, user authentication, storage, and a lot more into your app all in one platform really, really easily. It works really well with AI platforms. What's cool about Lovable is with Lovable Cloud, Supabase is built in automatically, so you don't have to do any additional work. It is secure and really powerful in the back end by using Supabase through Lovable Cloud. But as a Lovable user, you don't even know necessarily or have to know that Supabase is in the back end, but it's great to know that, so you know that the back end of your Lovable apps are secure and built really well. Now, you can use Supabase separately. I do this all the time if I'm not building with Lovable. Let's say you're building an app with Codex or Claude Code. You can connect to Supabase if you ask the AI to do that, and immediately have a database and user authentication built into the app that you're creating. So Supabase is really great for that. You also could, with Lovable, ask the agent to connect to Supabase without Lovable Cloud and bypass that. The benefit to that is you're not as locked into the Lovable database. Now, it is possible to migrate your database from the Lovable Cloud Supabase database to a separate Supabase database, but just know that if you want to do this separately, you can use Supabase independent of Lovable. But it's cool to know, especially as a beginner to Lovable, that it's just powering this in the back end. So thank you to our sponsor, Supabase. Click the link in the description to check out Supabase for yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and create an account. By creating an account, I signed in, all of that powered with Supabase on the back end. And here we go. We have our dashboard here. Now, a lot of people miss this. On Lovable, you can actually view it as a desktop view, as a tablet view, or as a mobile view, pressing this button up on the top center. And this is really nice so you can see the mobile view here. We can log our meals by describing it or adding a photo. So why don't we test out the photo views? I think that's the coolest. So let me upload a photo real quick. So let's estimate with AI the amount of calories. Now, this is probably going to be quite a few calories. And yeah, large cheesy bread with dipping sauces, 1680 calories, protein, carbs, fat. Now, of course, it is estimating it. It's not going to be exact. There's no way for the AI to know exactly, but it's a good way to estimate it. So I'm going to click save meal. And now we have our MVP of this app literally just in one prompt and then setting it up here with Lovable. So you're going to want to pay attention to this part. I'm going to talk about the database and how this is set up in the backend and how you can manage it here in the backend of Lovable. So if we go to this More tab and we go to Cloud, we can see that there's 2 database tables set up. And as I mentioned before, this is set up through Supabase, basically empowering everything in the backend. You can also see auth settings. We can click on auth settings and see, okay, how many signups do we have? Who are our users? And then under auth settings, so Google and email are set up by default, but we can very easily enable phone sign-in, for example, which is a really cool feature to have. And it's just as easy as going in and clicking these buttons, again, powered by Supabase in the backend. And then for under databases, we can click into meals and actually see all of the data that is saved here. So that is the actual data that we just did, the large cheesy bread with dipping sauces. And it's really cool to see how this all works. And then AI as well, because we're using Lovable Cloud, it's all automatically set up and it just costs credits to use. And these credits are part of your Lovable plan. So we're going to add another feature here, and we're going to do it by selecting one of these suggested prompts here that Lovable generates for us, which is really nice that it does that. Implement a meal history calendar and searchable tables so I can review and edit past entries. So we're going to go ahead and send that off, and I'm going to see what Lovable creates with this prompt. Okay, perfect. We have our feature with the history. And something that's really cool that I like is that it also is showing the saved image that we actually took. Remember those 3 decisions I mentioned earlier? Here's number 2, and this is using the plan mode when building the Lovable. So I want to add another feature, show weekly and monthly calorie trends charts based on my meal history so I can spot patterns. So by using plan mode, Lovable is not going to code immediately. It is going to come up with a plan, and then I can work with Lovable to update the plan before it actually codes in the app. Now, this might not have been necessary for this prompt, but when you're building your own apps and especially working with some more complicated features, that's when the plan mode really becomes valuable. Then you can go ahead and just click Approve Plan, and it is then going to add the feature and start coding. Now we have this trends button, and here we have our trends page. Obviously, we only have 1 trend so far, but still cool that I was able to fill this out so easily. So the third thing that I wanted to show you that you need to know about Lovable is their new annotation feature. So if we go down to the bottom and we click this pencil, we can literally annotate on the page. So let's say we don't like this. I can put an X through that, send that off, and it is going to know what I mean just from that annotation, and it is going to delete that chart. And just like that, we see it responded, remove the macros per day chart, and that is now. Now, a few other things you need to know as a beginner with Lovable is how to go from this demo to an actual live app. So if we go to the publish button up on the top right, you can add a custom domain if you're on one of their paid plans, but you also can use their own subdomain here. So future-food-vlog.lovable.app is the domain. You can click continue, and I'm going to set it to public so anyone with the URL can view it. But if you are on a business plan, you can build internal apps and make them more private. You can also customize the icon, the title of the page, the description, and you can see here what it looks like on like Google search, basically like a Google search preview result. We're going to go ahead and publish, and the basic security scan passed, but they also have a deeper security scan, which you can run, which is also really helpful to do, especially when you have an app that you want to put into production and you want people to use and you want to make sure that the data is fully safe. And then we can click view out. Our app is live, and now users could log in, create their own account, and start using it. So this is just scratching the surface of what is possible with Lovable. There's so much that you can do. But if you've watched through this entire video as a beginner, you now know how to go from a prompt to a working app that's published on the internet, and you know how it's working behind the scenes with Supabase integrated. Again, click the link in the description to go to our sponsor of this video, Supabase. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment below if you have any questions at all, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more free content like this. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.